This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
You're back with the Icon podcast. I am your host, Gianna, and today we have the opportunity. We are talking to Robert McClure. Robert, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Of course. So let's take it back to the beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you grow up to be a real estate agent?
Oh, geez, that story's not even going to make sense. But Robert McClure right now, based in North Carolina, doing the whole state right now. Born in Pennsylvania, raised in Virginia, and probably have one of the most unconventional paths to real estate you could find.
Why is that?
Played college football for a few years and got actually failed out of business school. Always kind of wanted to do something in sales, but failed out of business school, couldn't do calculus. So
it's hard.
I
passed calculus by 0.06%. Yeah. So
if I knew those kind of numbers, I might have passed calculus. Through a dart, landed on criminal justice. Ended up moving to Charlotte, North Carolina to work for CMPD for 5 years. When my wife got pregnant with our second daughter, figured it was time to get out of that, and had a buddy of mine that worked in the department and left for real estate and had success. And I quit cold turkey and started full-time about 1 year and 3 months ago.
Awesome. And you're iconing, so that's incredible.
First year in real estate, first year as an icon.
That's crazy. That's incredible. So Robert, how were you introduced to EXP? Was it your first brokerage?
It was really wherever my mentor, Joel Hargett, he's with EXP still. He left the department and he had gone to Keller Williams and then found his way to EXP, and that's where he was when I left. So wherever he was, that's where I would have ended up. So I couldn't have told you anything about EXP before I started there.
We love a good mentor and leader, right? So that's awesome, Robert. And, now that you're over at EXP, obviously you've enjoyed some of the benefits like stock options, rev share, collaboration. So what's your favorite part about being with EXP?
I love the freedom they give you. So I've heard some stories about some other places where it's a little more structured, and coming from the police department, it was kind of a good old boys club where you had it didn't really matter what you did. It was how long you'd been there. In the EXP, there's no chains on you. So it doesn't matter if you've been there for a day or 20 years. You can run your business the way you want to. And I mean, here I am a year later and I already have my own team and growing like crazy because they just don't put any ceilings on me.
That's awesome. And we're going to talk later about, what it looks like to icon, being pretty new to EXP. So I look forward to deep diving into that. But before we do, Robert, tell me about your work-life balance. You're a dad, you're a husband, you're so many things. So how do you draw the line between work and play and make sure that you are taking care of family and yourself and your clients?
Well, I always put the family time first. That's why a big reason why I left the police department. My wife, after we had our first daughter, she stayed home from work. So she's a stay-at-home mom. And then we have 2 daughters now. So when I was a police officer, to kind of make ends meet in that career field, I was working upwards of 60 hours a week. 4 days out of the week, I would leave the house 10:30, 11 o'clock and get home at 2, 3 in the morning. And then sometimes if something crazy happened, it'd be longer than that. So I really try to, it's been a little easier now that I have a team to kind of delegate some tasks, but I'm learning to pass some things off. I have a transaction coordinator and learning how to give away some responsibilities, which is hard for me, but
it is tough.
I really don't like to work more than, I get up and start my work day really about 9 o'clock. And unless I have some kind of listing appointment or something, I don't like to be working past about 1 or 2 o'clock. Okay. The rest is for family.
Absolutely. I love that. And real estate is about the only industry that offers you that kind of freedom. So, yes. Robert, beyond that, It takes a lot to be an icon agent, and it's cool that you've had a work-life balance with it all. So, how many houses do you have to be able to sell in your market to cap? What does that average housing price look like for you?
Um, well, so I actually just capped for my second year in. My year started over in May, and
Awesome.
so 3 months in, I am right now at about 31 houses. So
Mhm.
capping, I've had a few past that. So I'd say maybe about 25 on average in this
Okay,
market to cap.
awesome. And then 20 additional transactions after that.
Mhm.
And so, Robert, you also have a cultural commitment, right? So whether you're being a mentor, a coach, a teacher, sitting on icon panels, everything else that you can do, what's your cultural commitment, and why do you choose that?
I'm a mentor. Before I had a team, I liked the mentor role. Um, Still kind of even more of a mentor in the team role, but I like mentoring. I had a great mentor when I came over and kind of showed me all the possibilities that are in this world for real estate. And so I like teaching in that aspect versus like in the class setting. I like the one-on-one and kind of leading by example with a mentee.
I always like the idea of being the mentor that you needed, right? And
Mhm.
when you were in that position. So, but it sounds like you had a pretty good mentor. So maybe that isn't all to you, but it's a good mindset to have when you're taking on the role of mentoring. So, Robert, with Icon, you also get a lot of really cool benefits, right? You get your cap back in stock. You get the
Mhm.
opportunity for going to EXP Con and shareholders and getting some cap awards for that. So, what's your favorite part about being an icon agent? I know it's your first year, but why are you going to move forward and set this first as a standard for yourself year after year?
I might have a better answer after October because we're going to EXP Con for the first time. I don't know I love the idea of getting your cap back. So
Mhm.
they give it to you in stock. Real estate agents in the business world is kind of anti like 401k. So um, your stock award is kind of like a nice little tuck away. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Um, we're taking the money they're giving us back for going to EXP Con to fly out to EXP, and then um, it's neat to kind of see the influence that you come in and do something like that, especially in your first year, that you kind of get some respect in settings that you might not have gotten for being a first or second year agent before
Right.
that. And then just getting to celebrate. We love celebrating everything. This is my second year in real estate now, but first year with a team. And so the team knows that when I hit Icon again next year, they're all coming to Vegas with me.
Mhm.
So we're
That's
getting everybody
awesome.
out there.
That's really cool, and it's exciting to get people involved and really bring on your team and be a leader and take them to things like EXPCon, which I've heard a lot of icons refer to as like a big family reunion. So that's
Mhm.
cool. So Robert, my next question is going to be like as we had said earlier, when it comes to iconing, when you're new to EXP, when you're new to real estate, what does that look like for people? What are some major goals to set out on or some major mistakes to avoid to be able to hit such a goal?
The things I see commonly, I didn't necessarily struggle with this. I came from a super structured background as a police
Mhm.
officer and then a college football player. So like
Yep.
my first day in real estate, I knew I needed to have everything laid out from AM to PM. But I see a huge failure for the most failure I see is when new agents come out and they're just lost, especially with EXP. I think that's the pro and con of a cloud brokerage is you don't have to go to an office every day and sit there 9 to 5, but nobody's there telling you, okay, well, at 9 o'clock you need the door knock, at
Mm.
10 o'clock you need the cold
Yeah.
call. Um,
Lack of structure
yeah,
if
so
you
that
don't
that's
kick
that's
it
the
out.
biggest thing is that without a proper mentor or team setting, it's just kind of that lack of structure is a big pitfall I've seen across the board.
Mhm. Absolutely. And so having that, self-starter kind of side of you and reliability and accountability partners, right? Leaning into your mentors and
Mhm.
your coaches. And Robert, I know you said EXP was introduced to somebody you know, like, and trusted, but were you ever skeptical of it? Did it seem too good to be true?
I don't think I knew enough about real estate to be skeptical. I knew that the older brokerages were kind of like everything I stood against from coming from like that good old boys club and the policing culture where like I didn't want an office. I didn't want like a Keller Williams or a Coldwell Banker. So I liked the idea that EXP was like weird and different and all online. And, you know, I mean, I'm 29 years old. I was 28 when I got into this. So like very computer friendly. So it just kind of like, all right, well, this seems different. Once I figured out that no brokerages pay you a guaranteed salary anyway, when you quit your full-time job to come over, I'm like, well, this one's as good as any.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's fair, Robert. I like that. I like that comparison that you have. And so, you know, to anybody watching right now, maybe they're new to real estate, they're considering a brokerage. So why would you have them, you know, come over to EXP? What is something that you've enjoyed here and, you know, has made EXP a home to you?
So what really surprised me was that I knew EXP was huge. I knew it had over 80,000 agents, and I think they're at like 86 or 87, something crazy right now.
I think we just got to 84,000.
84. Okay. And I know they're huge and they're all online. So like to this day, I still haven't been to my office. I don't even really know exactly where it's at. But so you think like, okay, if I need something, when the day is going to come when I need something, I'm never going to be able to get in contact with somebody. Right. No, you call your mentor, your upline, you call your BIC, you call the state BIC, you work group chat, somebody you would think like is super high up and they get back to you in like an hour. Like,
jump on
their response time's crazy.
And that's awesome. And we've got like Workplace, EXP World, a lot of resources. You're not really ever alone with EXP. And a lot of people are here to support you, but they don't know you need help unless you raise your hand and ask. So that's a really good point, Robert. And I know you're going to EXPCon in October, so I will definitely plan on seeing you there. But, you know, as a guy that's killing it in his first 2 years of real estate, is there anything you want to leave the listeners with today, whether they're looking to move to real estate, move to EXP, or they just want to see what kind of realtor they're working with, watching?
Consistency is key. Day in and day out. There's good days, there's bad days. I've learned to not get frustrated anymore because for every deal you lose, anything that falls through, there's something coming around the corner as long as you just keep on pushing through.
Absolutely. I love that. Great note to wrap it up on. Robert, thank you for your time today, and I look forward to catching you at EXPCon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you there.
Of course. Sounds good. Bye-bye, Robert.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.